in your own career, have you ever felt discriminated against because of your gender, that your age, or the fact that you're a feminist? Have you ever had any trouble because of these factors?
Or class.
Or class, yes.
Yeah, I feel like the piece for me is in that intersection of class and gender. I think more class. I think for me growing up, I remember, and I've had this conversation with Sharon Lamb, who also grew up working class, about how when we got to graduate school, we did most of our time observing. Like I remember Sharon saying, they all wear these certain kinds of necklaces, you know, like they all know how to dress, you know, they all like, how do you do that? Where do they shop? What is this? You know, how do they know how to speak this way? Do you know what I mean? It was really about cultural capital, right? And so for me, it wasn't, I don't know if it was overt discrimination, but it was certainly, I was really positioned in a certain way until I was able to sort of adapt to the academy and learn how to sort of speak and look, and so I think that's why I'm so tuned into that stuff and why I get so pissed off about, you know, how girls experience this, because I think it came to me at a pretty late time, you know, at a time when I was moving into feminism, so I was developing a critique of it, you know, and yeah, it was, I think because I grew up in a place where it was not unusual to be working class, you know. It wasn't really until college and graduate school that I felt the disconnect, or I felt the subtle kinds of the microaggressions. And
how did you overcome that? Do you have like an inspirational quote that guided you along the way that you want to share with us?
I think for me it was working in coalition with a lot of different people, and again that was Carol's brilliance, is that she brought people together who challenged one another and would challenge her, and that was a safe space to have. And I think so it was a space where we could talk about these things and talk about power and talk about, you know, you could bring what you knew, you know, bring the power of what you knew to the setting. And so that's how I discovered Elizabeth, because she was part of that group, you know, and so we were like, oh, we get this. And yeah, so I think it was about, I think probably for me that's why I stress in my work so much the power of coalition building and the power of sort of crossing boundaries and building spaces where people can you know, do difference and not sameness. And that's really quoting Michelle Fine, who's sort of one of my sheroes, I think, one of the people I really admire. And I think that experience at the doctoral level was really powerful. Yeah.